Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Bada bam! Hello, everyone. Now, wait a minute. Before I start talking, Lisa, are we live?
Yes, absolutely.
Sure. All right. Welcome, everyone, to Mystic Mayhem. Welcome 2024. It is a brand new year, brand new podcast for us for this year, and I'm excited. I'm really hoping that 2024 is a whole lot better than 2023 because, yeah. That ear can kiss it. Yeah, so we are we're joining us here in a little bit. We have the one and only Moon Girl, and we'll give her a little bio here in just a few because you know me and your girl Lisa over there. We got to start our podcast with our football because we are some football.
I want to cry. I still have my Texas shirt on, even though we lost.
I don't have my A&M sweatshirt on. They're in the wash. But, yeah, we did lose our last game as well, but it was an amazing game. So it's all good. So what's been going on in the world of the Longhorns, the Texas Longhorns?
Yeah, we lost the Super Bowl against Washington. It was 31-37. So now Washington and Michigan play, which is great. I'm from Michigan, from Flint.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So
go Michigan.
January 8th is that game. Cool. Yeah, I think that's it. Anything over there with your, was it 12th man?
With my 12th man, my nephew, Sam Matthews, the 12th man. Well, yes, and I got notes because I always got notes. He's just such an amazing kid. And I mean, is just, again, little anti-tears. They had their Aggie banquet, their like award ceremony, and he walked away with the special teams MVP, the Brotherhood Impact Award, and the biggest award, which is the Aggie Heart Award. So that's something that's voted on by all the team members. And he's such an amazing kid. And, he should have the biggest head in the world, but he just really doesn't. So their last game that they played was one of the bowl games, a Tax Act game. We did end up losing. It was 23-31. But here we go. My nephew that game, he played the whole game. He ended up with 14 tackles, 11 solo tackles, and a huge interception at the end of the game, which was just mind-blowing. This is not it for him. He's got a lot of agents that are looking at him right now. So this will not be the end of my nephew. So definitely keep your eye out in the NFL, AFL, whatever, for my nephew, Sam Matthews, because he's going to be out there for sure. It's been a joy watching him as a walk-on and just to become the 12th man and win all these awards. And he's just such a great kid. So he's like another JJ Watt. So he's going to be huge. I can't wait. So now flying all over the states watching him play.
What year is he right now?
He is done. So he is done now. So yeah, that's like I said, he's got a good right now 8 people talking with him. So it's big things are happening. So I'm very excited for him and the family, and it's been great. So But so how were your holidays? How was your Christmas, your New Year's? You made it home safe?
Yeah. I drove up to Fort Worth and saw friends that I hadn't seen in years, and did the downtown Fort Worth thing. So we count down there. They do a DJ and music and stuff at the square and the bars and all that junk.
Oh, nice.
I survived.
Very good. Right. You made it home.
Came back sick. Came back with this upper respiratory infection, but
oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah,
that happens. Yeah. So yeah, it was a good Christmas for
anniversary.
Yes, I did. Well, we went out of town for Christmas. We did a little something different this year. And then we came back, and my husband and I celebrated our 23rd wedding anniversary. Yes, I'm that old. No, we married. We married when I was 2. No, I'm joking. Yes. Yeah. So we had 23 years. We've been married. We went on our usual. We usually take a getaway and go to Lake Galveston and stay, a weekend and stuff, and go fishing, and just the stuff we like to do and celebrate. And so yeah, we had a very good time. But it's good to be back home and get everything settled and unchristmased and back to normal again. So just waiting for this kid to get back in school, and I'll be good to go. So I'll be back at the jail. So yeah,
back in your routine.
Back in my normal routine. So that will be good. So we've got so tonight we have got the one and only Moon Girl in the house. I have had the privilege and honor of spending the night with her twice. No. She has been to the jail several times, and she is such a kind-hearted, fun person, and I just love her. And boom, take it away, Lisa, and we'll bring her on.
Yeah, she mentioned actually staying the night there alone too. So I've got to hear about this, because I don't think I would at this point yet. Maybe at some point, but not yet.
No, it's really, yes. Let me elaborate on that really fast. Yes, she is the only female since we have been open, since we reopened the jail in 2016. She is the only female that has slept upstairs by herself. The only one. And it was amazing. I wouldn't do that. There's no way. So,
I know you told me that you don't go up there alone.
Nope, I don't.
Well, Moon Girl. So Sarah, her bio, like I was reading it, obviously an investigator, podcaster. She does this. Can be found on so many platforms, Amazon and Apple and Roku and everything. Psychic medium, just, figured this out at a young age, been doing it for years. And what's amazing with her is all the different obscure types of readings she does. I mean, bone readings, toothpick readings. I'm like, I've never heard of some of this stuff. Obviously tarot, tea leaf, Chinese face. So we're going to bring her on and talk about all these different types of readings that she does. She does some teaching too, and how to sign up if you want to do some teaching. I imagine there's a way to sign up for those classes. But yeah, let's bring her on and get down to it. All right. There we go.
Hey, ladies.
Hello, Miss Moon Girl. How are you doing this evening?
Great. Thank you for having me, and Happy New Year. And thank you so much for that really, really kind introduction. Heart you, Lisa.
I'm good. It's good to talk to you again.
So much. And we need to do redo our get together at the Realm House.
Yes, I enjoyed our nights alone immensely at the jail.
We did. We had some good times.
Yes. And please give my love to Debbie. Love you, Debbie. Smooches.
I will. I'll be going up and seeing her not this week, but next week. So I will definitely let you know.
And I am looking forward to doing another investigation with you guys again, hopefully soon. Fingers crossed.
Yes, fingers crossed for sure. We will absolutely will. And whenever you make it back to the Realm House as well, I'm going to come visit you.
Yes.
We'll do some fun
Please
stuff.
Please do. I'm excited.
Good. Me too.
I've been out there a number of times with Lisa, a few times now, and we always start to investigate and we don't make very much progress. We were doing everything else.
Oh,
They were like,
sidetracked.
I'm going to come back and we're going to actually investigate. And yeah, we kind of get sidestepped.
Yeah, really investigate. Yeah, we start investigating, and then I don't know.
Then the wine kicks in, and the munchies, and everything else.
And say, and then the snacks.
We'll do it later. The ghosts can wait. They're always here.
That's true. Well, I mean, I always say I get the most activity when I'm not trying, when I'm not.
No, exactly. That's actually very, very true.
So.
Some of my scariest or more memorable experiences is when I wasn't investigating. These were like personal things that just happened, and I didn't film it. I didn't because I wasn't expecting to do anything. So sometimes it's when you're not looking, that's when you get the best evidence.
That's
or
right.
encounters.
True. So true. So tell us all about you, all about how this started for you and the different, like I said, the different ways of readings that you give and the different, and I've been doing some acting and just, I want to know everything. We all want to know everything. So.
What age, how did you go about giving your first reading? What type?
I was born a psychic medium, so I've always felt things, seen things since I was a very young child. And it's kind of taboo growing up because I'm Hispanic, growing up in a Latino household where the majority of us in South Texas, right at the border, 956, my people, the majority of Latinos are Catholic. Not very well practicing, but we pretend. No, but still, my grandmother being very, Mexican typical Latina woman, she would want to go to church and stuff. So it was a little bit, I would try to tell them about it, and they never really fully believed me. But I would have a lot of sleep paralysis. And it was very scary because I didn't have anyone to really talk to, or when I tried to, they'd be like, it's a dream, it's a dream. And you can only tell a child so much it's a dream when you're like, there's no way this is a dream. I'm sorry. And, astral projection, and I would see shadows and stuff, and I would hear them because they communicate with me in different ways, until one day when I was in middle school, my grandmother and my mother attempted to go put clean clothes in my room. And this is daytime, remember, I'm in school. This big dark shadow lunged at them, and all the clothes went everywhere. They were terrified. They didn't go anywhere near the room anymore. They never questioned me again after that. So I'm like, yeah, this is what I've been dealing with for the past decade. Thank you. But yeah, that was finally. Yes. But as far as the divination work, like I said, born psychic medium, but divination work, it's really interesting because just like I was a normal child to I would say 11, or as normal as you can be, besides the psychic medium. But it was like a light switch when I turned 12. It was kind of like remembering things. So I took on divination work rather quickly, and one of my closest friends, Michelle, and we were young kids, so we would do it the best way we could. We would make our own little tarot cards out of paper and would just write the fool and the devil. I mean, you couldn't really get cards for a kid back then, and we did our own little Ouija boards with little wood palettes that we would paint, and her mom was a total hippie, and she was amazing and let us just go amok. And we would try to go do our own little paranormal investigations, like at little cemeteries and little, whatever we thought felt haunted. And that's how it basically started with that. And now I'm about to be 39, so it's been a hot minute.
Right. It has been a hot minute.
Looking great though at 39.
Wow,
oh, thank you. That's 25, damn it, 25.
Right. We're going backwards.
So I was talking to you last night about readings, and you were talking about one where you study the lines on the face. Which one is that? And you were talking about, can you go into detail what you look for and what you need for that? Because we're going to bring you back to hopefully for some readings.
Yes, I would love to. I would love to do a reading, but if we're going to do a face reading, I'm going to need an unfiltered picture of one of you. So scary. I know.
Girl, shit. Shoot.
I just want the world to see you is the question.
It's like, what filter? This is naturally beautiful right here. Yes. Well, that's that's probably my favorite divination, Chinese face readings. I do like a plethora of more obscure divinations besides tarot and oracle. I do like runes and Nepholomancy, like the reading of the clouds, but that's a little bit different than scry. It's almost the same, but with, I want to say, like with rules, kind of the color of the cloud means something. How high or low is the cloud? The speed of it moving means something. Obviously, the shape means something, what kind of cloud it is. So there's various things that go into that. Of course, ruins, what else? Tea leaf readings, which I enjoy a lot. I've also taught classes on tea leaf readings and Nepholomancy and Chinese face readings, of course, bone readings, shell readings. I'm sure other stuff. Coffee grinder readings as well. I'm trying to think. Toothpick readings. So some of those are the more obscure ones, but out of everything, it's definitely Chinese face reading is my favorite because you cannot hide anything. Literally, your face tells it all. And even in a subconscious level, you're able to kind of like, you're reading people's faces. Like, have you ever like seen somebody and even though they're not saying anything mean to you, you're like, oh, that person doesn't look like a nice person. Like subconsciously, it's facial features. And I'm not just talking about like resting, bitch face, but like just looking at them. You're like, I don't know. It's kind of, yeah, because you're subconsciously reading their face. So that's definitely my favorite divination.
And what do you have like an example of like some of the lines? Like, what do they mean? Like when you're like, does a line across here mean? Okay.
Well, everything means something in face readings. So it's kind of broken down to areas like your forehead over here. This is kind of like early ages, a teenager, 30s, the 40s, maybe the eyes to the nose, 50s, 60s, like around the mouth area and lower. So you can divide it that way. And remember, the left side can tell me something completely different than your right side. The left side is more of your personal life, your family, your friends. Your right side would be more your public persona, your career, your work, what you put out to the world. So depending on what side, we're reading, that will mean something to me. And as far as lines, every line does mean something. Usually horizontal lines, those mean like your face left an imprint. So for example, like important dates in your life. When you get married, you get a marriage license certificate. When you have children, a birth certificate. When there's a death, a death certificate. So the same goes to your face. Whenever there's important dates in your life, your face literally marks them for the good or bad. So those are usually the horizontal lines, and then again, depending on where it is. So if it's up here, I can tell, oh, maybe your teenage years, there was something of significance that, literally left a mark on you. And vertical lines, like the V and, those are kind of your emotions that you put out there. So somebody who would kind of have those, I call it like the 11 or the V here in the middle. This is someone who I would think is either always really concentrating or concentrates hard or a thinker, or gets easily frustrated or upset. A lack of tolerance for stupid people, I guess.
There we go, and they're everywhere.
We have someone in chat that said that they would love to take classes. Now, do you teach this one or all of them, or?
Yeah. I've taught. I taught several classes on Facebook because it's a lot. You would probably, like I said, in moles alone, that could just be a year of class, months of classes. Every mole means something on what side of it. So yeah, I've taught several classes on Chinese face readings. I taught several classes on tea leaf readings, Nepholomancy. Oh, Floromancy. I taught that as well there at University Magicus. And Patty Negri is one of the owners, and Father Sebastian, and who else is several other people. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. Another owner, I forgot his name. He's wonderful. I forgot his name. But yeah, they own the school, University Magicus. It's like the real Harry Potter school of magic. So you can pick and choose what class you want. So they teach stuff from like either goddesses, gods, vampirism, divination work, the darker arts, anything like that. Yeah.
And how do they find that website? Like if they wanted to go
this is universitymagicus.com. And you can, like I said, pick and choose, and you can choose who your teacher is too, because there's like a little bio on each teacher and what classes they provide. So whichever one's out there right now, you can click on that one and, get the class you like.
So they could potentially pick you if you're signed up teaching.
Yes, if I am, I try to do classes on there whenever I'm available. I do travel a lot, so I'm not always available, but when I can, I will definitely do classes there, teach classes there.
How long do the classes last for, like the face readings?
I think each class is about an hour and a half. So for, I think every class people teach, it's about an hour and a half, no matter what teacher you have. So there could be like, beginners and then, advanced or whatever it is. So you can take it several times.
Okay.
And what was Floromancy? Maybe I've never heard of it. I don't know what that is.
That is reading of flowers. Yes, you can read the flowers. I know. I love obscure divination because everybody is just so used to tarot and oracle, which is great. I love it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm an Aqua Pisces cusper. I'm like, like think out of the box.
More
people.
to it than just that. So
yeah. There's more to that. I want to expand people's minds that there's more than tarot and oracle. And nowadays, everybody and their grandmother is a tarot reader. You know what I mean? So it really hit big with the TikTok and stuff. So I like to do, again, more obscure divinations. But yes, you can read flowers. For example, if I were to put out some flowers for you, I let you choose the one. I'd probably have it in the vase because I don't want you to see all of it. It's like what's called to you, what the color means, how long the stem is there like little bumps or tears in the stem, the lower of it, the bottom is more like your past. Childhood. I could tell if you perhaps had childhood trauma, or how your future is going to look. Is there going to be like hiccups? And the closer to the flower, the closer it is to your present time or future, if you want to go there. Yeah. I know it's a lot. I'm sorry.
It's just very interesting.
Yeah,
I love that.
I knew it would be. I mean, and then how does the toothpick one work and the bone one work? Are they similar in how they're laid out, or?
Well, here's the thing with bone readings. Yes, you can use real bones, like chicken bones or whatever, whatever. Or you can use, I guess, charms. Human bones. Yeah, that's frowned upon, but
everything I do is frowned upon, Moon Girl. We know this.
Well, you know what? You're a Virgo and I'm an Aquarius. Everything we do is very frowned upon.
Pretty much.
Yes.
It's like, I'm just trying to live my life, man.
I know. It's an everyday thing for us. It's okay. We'll get through this together.
We get along so well.
Yes. But yes, you can use real bones or you can use charms, like I said. And then you can do it several ways. You can just cast it like that, or you can use like a grid. Sometimes I use a grid, and you can put like one side can mean something and the other something else, and that's wherever it lands and the placement it lands, that will give you the reading. And you can go as far as also clarifying it with tarot or another divination. So say, for instance, I see something with love, something good with love, and then I clarify with tarot. You're like, oh, yeah, okay, somebody's coming in soon. Okay, it could possibly be a fire sign or whatever. And the same thing with tea leaf readings. Yes, you can read. It's more than what people think with tea leaf readings. They're used to the typical things, but you can read even like monthly, or if you want to add astrology to it, it's like a rabbit hole. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot. And you can clarify it with, again, any other divination. So I really love different divinations because it kind of gives you more detail. So the tea leaf reading can give me something, and then I clarify with tarot, and it gives me like more detail. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And now I see what you're saying. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I never really thought about that. Like trying different, I want a toothpick reading and a shell reading and a tea leaf reading all at once.
Yeah. And as far as like Chinese face readings, the same thing, but you can interpret, you can add, like astrology to it. So one thing I've noticed with a lot of, if you want to incorporate like Western astrology, like Sagittarians, a lot of them tend to have a gap in between their teeth. Not all, but a lot of them do. Also, I got Aries placements in Gemini. When you have a gap in between your teeth, and it's going to sound funny, but the bigger the gap, the more of a risk taker you are. Okay. And you can be a bit rebellious. So I have noticed, yeah. So I have noticed a lot of Sagittarius placements, you know, especially risings, but it could be, you know, the top 3 mostly, that they do tend to have a gap in their teeth. I also noticed for a lot of Aries, they tend to have it kind of wide here, which is somebody who has a lot of stamina. And the philtrum too, the wider the philtrum, the more stamina they have. So ladies.
All right, wait, what was that sign again?
I know, right? Take note here.
I know, ladies. Instead of looking for the shoe size, look at the philtrum size. And over here.
We're taking notes. We got our ink pens.
Take notes, ladies.
So which sign did you just say has a lot of stamina?
I've noticed this with Aries placements.
Okay.
Hold on.
I just had to check something.
So anybody going on dating sites, and you know, make sure they have
circle that. That's a real
yes. That's the next check. Check that on the box. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot. You can, like I said, it's not only your face, you can actually read your teeth. And the funny thing about the Chinese face readings, me being young, I was able to tell a lot like through people's teeth. I know it sounds super weird, and I had no idea that was actually a divination. I just thought it was one of my weird psychic things, you know, because I was still like learning. And I was like, well, I could tell things about people's teeth. That's kind of okay. And then I learned more about Chinese face. I'm like, that's what it is? Oh my gosh. Okay, that totally makes sense. So yeah, that's also, you can, depending on how yellow your teeth are too. I know it sounds gross, but you can also tell things by that as well.
That you don't brush your teeth.
I think she's talking about, you know, different than that. Like,
I know.
Well, I want to switch gears a little bit because you are also an investigator, and you sent me some videos. I haven't looked at all of them, but I'm going to pull them up and have you kind of cue us on what we're watching and seeing. And I think, are some of those, or at least one of them, the jail too, right? You've been there.
Yeah, the first one I sent you was still one of my favorite evidence videos I've gotten, because we did not use any real like equipment. We weren't like voice boxes. It was just a camera thrown at me. And they're like, deuces, they're leaving. The camera guy's downstairs gone. So that was like really nothing there, you know, that we can like hear voices. And it was just the voices that came out in the camera was just organic. So the first one is you hear a woman, and mind you, that's just a little part because there was a lot of evidence. I spent the night there, so we had the camera on me all night long. But that's a little part where you hear a woman yelling. And then later you hear like a tap. And then you hear like a groan kind of noise. And then you hear more like a slamming or something. So that was really, really cool.
And where's this location?
That's Lavaca.
Oh, the first one?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do a screen share here and flip it around and so that everybody can see, and we'll pull up that first video.
Like I said, the jail is very active, and I think the less you try, the less equipment you have, the more you're going to get. I feel that, you know, it's all about your senses. There's like some creaking going on upstairs. I don't even know.
Slovakia is continue.
Yeah. Girl, like for real. Like
screen.
We always get stuff following us home. Never fails.
The entire screen here. All right.
I think it's drizzling. We got it.
Yep, it should be showing on your end.
Can you turn on the flashlight for us again, please?
Oh, that's not it.
Oh, okay.
That's another video. But yeah, that one was at Twin City Opera House. We got the spirit to turn on and off the flashlight for us a couple of times. I thought that was pretty cute.
That is
cool. It didn't look like, because I started to watch that one. Let's see, Moon Girl, that's Haunted Catacomb. I do want to see that one.
That was a lot of fun. I was the very first woman to spend a night there too. So I'm glad I get to do a lot of firsts.
Very cool. You got some huevos, Moon Girl.
I know, right? Can y'all visualize that okay?
That one did.
Oh.
That's good.
I heard noises of a woman in a tub.
Yeah.
Jim, was that you?
I'm going to back that up and hear that again.
I remember that because you kept calling for Jim because you kept thinking it was him, and then I eventually ran upstairs.
Yeah, there was still some noises after that. You hear like growing, like kind of thing after that video, like
in a tub. Jim, was that you?
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Jim, was that you made that noise or watching something?
So I remember we were downstairs and we could hear you calling.
A scream and like a noise. You heard it, Deborah? No. Okay, Jim, turn on the light, please, because that was really creepy. I heard a slap. Jim, are you coming up? I heard slappings. Y'all hear them?
All right. That is some really good audio.
Yeah, and I thought it was a cameraman downstairs, like walking up and down or something, because I was like, wow, that was pretty loud. That was pretty loud for me. So that was still probably one of my favorite things I've done or caught, because again, we weren't using any like equipment or anything like that. It was just natural, just came out on the camera.
And I remember you stayed up there that whole night. And
yeah, even after that.
The camera going on you. And I mean, we're hearing all kinds of noise going on around her. And she's all like, guys, would you please just shut up? I'm trying to go to sleep. After a
while, I was like, I want to go to sleep.
Like, ghosts, just shut up. I'm trying to go to sleep. It was so funny. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that. Like,
and like the chat room was blowing up because it was like it was live. And they're like, are you okay?
It was live. And I think that's what we were watching you. And you kept calling. You kept saying, Jim, is that you? But we were all downstairs, like in that back room. So there's no way you could have heard us from where you were at. So.
Yeah. But like you would hear slams, and those doors are really heavy, you know. And the vent was like opening and closing all night long and slamming and stuff. And then one part of it that kind of freaked me out a little bit is you do have to go up the stairs, you know, to go get to the jail. So one part of the video, which I think I have, it started sounding like footsteps, but like if somebody was running. Yes. And you hear me, stop it now, because I really felt like they were going to lunge at me, you know, and that actually freaked me out a little bit. I was like, oh my God, these ghost men are going to lunge at me like scary movie. Now, I was like, so you hear me like, stop it now in one part of the video. But that's just a little bit, like I said, there was a lot that we caught. In another video, another clip, you can actually see a little bit of a shadow in the back of me while I'm laying there, you know. So yeah, it was a lot. It was really cool. And the second time we brought over Heather Taddy, which I love. Shout out to Heather Taddy and the Moons, Chris Moon and G Garcia, and they came and we did the event there too, and that was fun. And we slept there for a little bit too, but it was really cold that night. So after a while we left because we were freezing. So me and Heather stayed up there, and it was cool. I loved it. Great experience all around.
And I hear that about the footsteps and the running. I've heard that from numerous guests.
Yeah, we get that a lot. The running up and down the stairs. So
but you know what? It didn't feel like, okay, it's one person. It really felt like it was a group. Like if they were taking them upstairs, and they were like going at it, and that freaked me out a little bit. I was like, wow, that is kind of crazy that I'm like hearing this in real time. Again, we're not using like equipment, we're not using anything like that, recorders. It's like in real time, and I'm so glad that we were able to film it. But it was pretty wild. I loved it. I loved it. Can't wait to do it again.
How does and people that are watching, we're talking about Old Lavaca Jail that Lisa co-manages. I know we talk about it a lot, so I don't know, who's watching catches that. But what about deprivation at the jail with, how does that work? Have a lot of people done that? Do they get good responses? Do you get good intelligent stuff?
Well, I can only tell you the experience I had there with me and what I did there. And that's what I picked up, But usually when we do stuff like this, sometimes we bring equipment, and I love equipment, don't get me wrong. But since being a psychic medium, I don't need it. But it is good to have it, because I can tell you till my face is blue, there's a spirit there, this is how they died or whatever. But I get it, people need to see it. So, with equipment, the lights or voice recorders, so you can see and hear what I'm saying is valid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Double check. That's what we do anyway.
Truth be told, I don't fully trust what is it called? Oh my gosh, apps. I don't fully trust apps. Now, again, don't get me wrong. Have I used them? Full disclosure, yes. Will I continue to use them? Yes. Do I trust them? No. But I have gotten some cool stuff off apps before. Yeah. But I don't fully trust them.
Your phone knows everything. So yeah, you download it and it's going to know where you're at. And so, yeah.
But I have had them say Moon Girl. So I thought that was kind of crazy. I was like, oh, okay. And I have had them say Sarah. I was like, well. And I had them say Lily. That's another name people call me too, Lily. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess. I still don't fully trust it, but I'm still going to use it for sure. For sure.
I got you.
This catacomb video. So I was going to skip over to that one.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The catacomb video.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. That was in, I believe, Pennsylvania, somewhere in Pennsylvania. It was Booby's Bury, which is an amazing place. They have theme rooms upstairs. So you have a jungle room, the dark princess room, the princess room, a oriental room, a Mexican room. That's what they were. Okay. I stayed in the dark princess room, of course, but they have of course. They had a jungle room, and it's a big place. But then underneath they have Bury, and then there's a catacomb underneath, and it was a lot of fun going on there. It's just so low that when you're filming, the camera, it's not really working. Yeah. So when I did stay there, we did try to stream it. It was alive when I was sleeping there, but I couldn't really, communicate with people through my phone. So, but that was a lot of fun. I got this again. I was the very first woman to spend a night there, and we kind of put candles in the back. It looked very Elvira kind of thing, and it was pretty fun.
How cool.
I'm going to pull that one up next. Let's check that one out, Lisa. Right here. Let me do my little screen share and get back on over here. Entire screen share. Good thing I got nothing dirty in the background.
Not doing.
I closed all that out now. Yep, there it is.
Moon Girl's overnight stay alone in a haunted catacomb.
Wow, that is really cool. I definitely.
Let me tell you the that, okay? It was not so much spirits or anything, but while I was asleep, there's a couple of funny things, but while I was asleep, something told me to wake up, and I'm like, okay, I'll wake up. And this man starts going down the stairs, A real man, not a ghost.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I'm not scared of the ghost, but I'm, it's a real man that I don't know, and I'm asleep there. I yelled at him like, "Get out of here!" Like it was, but that was kind of trippy. Like a man just out of nowhere just shows up downstairs while I'm sleeping alone there. So yeah, that kind of creeped me out.
Yeah.
Another experience there right before I actually was going to sleep there, because we had investigated the whole place. So I was getting ready to go to bed and whatever, and wash my face, get my nightgown out ready, whatever. I'm going downstairs, and these two men go, "Hey, Moon Girl, why aren't you wearing your red lipstick?" I'm like, "I'm going to bed." And like, "We went to the catacomb looking for you because we heard you were going to sleep there by yourself." And I'm like, "What? Okay." And then they stole my bag of chips because I put snacks there. I'm like, "I'm going to spend the night there." I got some brownies, and they were eating my chips. I was like, "Those are my chips, bro." Like, it was just, "You want them back?" I'm like,
You need some
"No."
security, girl. Okay.
I know.
I guess
They were nice, but yeah, I was like, I wanted my chips, and it was during COVID, so I'm like, "Oh, I don't want them back, thank you."
Oh man.
It's so bad.
But it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun there. Yeah, the owner Sam was very, very kind.
Nice.
And we're going to skip over. There's one more we're going to hit before we start to wrap and go over how to reach out to you. And
I want to hear about some of the acting and stuff you've been doing too.
Yeah. Screen share again.
I don't know why my screen share isn't working.
Well, don't jinx me because now it's.
I'm not touching anything.
I think it's just still sharing. Okay, get back over here. That was the first video. Okay, before we pop this one up, the first video, what location did you say this was?
I believe the one you have is the Twin City Opera House, I believe. And that we got a lot there too. It was a beautiful place, by the way. And as soon as we got there, I'm the first one to run to the back by myself. I don't care. And these curtains are heavy, very heavy. And you see them swaying by themselves. It was crazy. One of them was like, and it's really heavy. So we went downstairs, and then there's like a basement and a sub-basement. And there's a little girl there and a lady. And we kept asking them if they could turn on and turn off the flashlights for us. And they did. And I thought that was really cool.
I do love flashlight responses.
I do too.
Me too.
It's like, say, the basic equipment for me is like,
yeah. I still have my Radio Shack little radio. I'm not even joking.
Too, and I love that thing. So
yes.
I usually use my camera on my phone because I've got the best pictures ever.
I'm like an old lady. I'm not good with equipment, like technology. I'll use it, of course, but the simple things actually get more response, if you ask me, in my opinion.
I think so too. And I like just to go on my feels.
Yeah.
Just what my personal experiences. But I mean, a lot of people want to prove their experiences. I don't give two craps. I know what I experienced. So
exactly.
I'm good. So I think you're kind of the same way too, but you kind of need to have some evidence and
for
what you do. Yeah.
All right.
Flashlight for us again, please. Oh, okay.
Well, let me see if
On the flashlight.
I think I got it on.
There you go. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Thank you for turning on the flashlight for us. There, guys. There's so much. You can turn it off now if you want. You can turn it off if you want. Thank you. Yeah. Off now.
That is, you said Twin Cities. Oh, where we go?
City Opera House. Yeah.
Where's that located?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. I don't even know where some of these places are that I go to, girl.
Like I just lie. I don't know.
I just get there somehow. Yeah, I just get there somehow. Another one of my favorite. another one of my favorite places is Oberbuin in Wisconsin. So I had just done a event there not too long in September 2023 with Patty Negri, and the owner Shelly is amazing, and Al Capone used to hide out there. So I've been there a few times, and I was the first woman to spend a night, according to them, I don't know, or the first person to spend a night completely alone in the haunted brothel. So that was cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and we caught activity there as well. And I really love that place too.
Well, Lisa, we got we got new goals now. All these places.
I know, right? So, I mean, you've been to, so many places. Where is somewhere that was maybe had so much activity that you wouldn't want to go back?
Oh no, I want to go back to every place I've went to.
Okay.
Every single place I've gone to.
Negative that,
yeah.
We've had people that have come to the jail and they're like, oh, we're never coming back. And it's just like, okay, why? But I know there have been places that I've been to that I did have such negative experiences that I'm not all that really gung-ho to go back.
Well, I think the only negative experiences I had is maybe the company, but not the ghost.
Hey, that happened. I know what you're talking about, girl. I know.
Maybe just the company, but not the ghost or the location. No, I cannot say that there was one place where I'm like, oh my God, it was so horrible. I never want to go there again. I appreciate every opportunity I've gotten, and every place I've gotten. I've gotten great evidence, and it was a good experience for me. So I haven't gotten anywhere where I was like, I'm never going to do this again.
Okay. Well,
yeah, so far, fingers crossed. But I don't get scared easily. Yeah. I'm not scared of the ghosts. I'm scared of humans.
And I agree with that completely. I completely agree with that. So.
No, but I would love to go like the Queen Mary. I haven't gone there, and maybe a Catapone in Paris. Although I am kind of claustrophobic, but I think that'd be like amazing to do an investigation at. Yeah,
definitely. Have you been to La Bahia?
No, I have not. Should I go?
Yes, actually, I'm thinking the three of us need to make that trip.
I am down to go.
It's in Goliad, so it's not very far from Hallettsville. But it's was the largest Texas massacre occurred there. And it is amazing, amazing, amazing. And the personal experiences were just mind blowing. And it has always been one of those places that I want to go back to. So I think I
am down.
You would really enjoy it and have a lot of respect for it too. So I think yeah, let's do this, girls. Let's make this happen.
I'm totally down. I'm totally down to go anywhere I can get to.
I know, right? Anywhere.
I bet you get a lot of activity and experience there, because like I popped in randomly. The only time I've been, it was just popped in like as a tourist kind of thing. Me, a couple of friends visiting from Wyoming, and he's a medium, and he picked up on everything. He was talking about the massacre, this and that. We didn't even talk to they have like people that reenact, and we went and confirmed everything with them, because we had missed the show and everything, and because he was like laying it all out, and then we got that confirmation. It was like, dang, it was heavy.
It's a very humbling place.
So
yeah.
Oh no, girl, I'm down to go anywhere. I'm down to go
the weather
anywhere.
starts getting a little warmer again, maybe like April or something.
Yes. Well, I still need to make it your way into the 6th house realm as well. So yes, it'll be a little tour. It
will be. I know, right?
What's wild? At least I don't know if you've heard, they do weddings at that site in Goliad.
Really?
They were preparing for a wedding, and I'm like, there was a massacre here. And
it's so cool, though. But hey, we've had weddings at the jail, so
that's awesome. Different strokes for different folks, man.
Right. So
the kinkier the better.
You have anything in the works, Miss Moon Girl, as far as
yes, I am. Well, fingers crossed. More of the acting this coming year, where I'm going to try to throw myself into that a little bit more, because I also like to act and dabble in filmmaking when I can. So like indie stuff for sure. And we may be working on doing some skits from an old sitcom that we're trying to do before COVID hit, and we were literally going to film days before, and then everything got shut down. Just like a couple of horror movies I was going to be in, and we were going to film, and again that kind of shut down because of COVID. So, and then I've been kind of into the paranormal a lot, so I may give myself a little break of that. Maybe not, probably not, but I say I will. But I love it too much, and kind of throw myself into the acting. And so we're going to try to pick up on doing little skits on that at least, because back then, we had a big cast. Everyone's grown up now. We had children, so we might just do something small, start as like little kind of skits. There's also a movie with the director, and they're both writers, Kevin Walters and Nick Charles, and it's The Day of the Ghouls from Outer Space, which is kind of like a homage to Ed Wood, and I love Ed Wood, so yeah.
Very cool. Well, if you ever need any little extras, just call me up. I'm like,
girl, yes.
I'll do it.
Yes. And, some other little surprises here and there that I'm going to keep to myself right now.
Well, you're allowed. We all got to have those little surprises. So.
Yeah. Now, do you have a website where people can go and follow you and keep up?
Oh my gosh.
Coming out.
I have a website, and I've had it, and I bought one that's going to be like for like 10 or something years, and I haven't done anything on it. But you can reach me on social media. It's my TikTok actually was just taken down, so I had to make a new one. And I have a lot of evidence on there. But my new one is, I know, for no reason, it was just taken down. So yeah, it was a lot of videos and a lot of evidence on there. So I'm trying to rebuild. So I just made one about like last month or something. Still the same name, Moon Girl Mistress of the Paranormal. Instagram, I have a Moon Girl Mistress of the Paranormal, also Moon Girl Paranormal. The Clapper, which sounds like a horrible STD. Moon Girl Paranormal. YouTube, Moon Girl. What else do I have?
You have a podcast as well.
Oh yes, I also have a podcast. I forget. Thank you for that. I also have a podcast, The Paranormal Dolls, which Lisa and Debbie were on as well. So yeah, and that one, it's on a lot of different places, but for sure, Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Spotify, iHeartRadio, stuff like that. Of course, all the YouTubes and Facebooks and stuff. And my Facebook like page, that one too, it's Moon Girl Mistress of the Paranormal. And I just opened a, what is it called? The little ghost thing. What's it called? Snapchat. The Moon Girl 1212. And what else? I'm sure there's something else I can't remember, but you'll find me around.
So many social medias, I just can't remember.
I know.
Yeah.
My ink ran out.
He's on porn. No, I'm just joking. I'm totally kidding, y'all. Joking. Sorry.
No OnlyFans. That's the only one I don't have. I just don't have an OnlyFans. That's the only one I don't have. So, but everything else, yeah.
Me and you should start one together.
But you know what? Times are hard. So maybe we can like sell feet pics. We can paint like ghosts on our feet.
I was about to say my little feet.
Yeah.
Anything goes nowadays. So somebody will paint ghosts on your feet.
Yep.
Perfect.
Well, we are coming on the hour. We're going to start wrapping. I do want to remind everyone that Love Shack will be on Saturday, 11 to 12 will be our next scheduled show. We do have some new shows coming on to the network, so people want to stay tuned for those. And then we will hopefully bring you back to do a few readings if you get some time.
Yes, that'd be great. Whoever wants to, give me the picture, we will do a reading on you for sure.
We'll have to find a guest for that one.
Right? Yeah. We'll do my daughter.
Yes, your beautiful daughter. Yes,
daughter.
No, but really, everything does mean something, and you can even tell sometimes if someone's pregnant or they lost a child. So a lot of these readings are fairly accurate, and like I said, this is probably my favorite divination to use, and also it can also tell you like health wise. So Chinese have been using this for centuries for a long time. Some of them still use it nowadays, but back then they weren't really allowed to examine a woman, so they relied a lot on face readings. So they would tell you for your health wise, but you can also use it for divination work. And then we didn't even touch the subject when, if the face is asymmetrical, the freckles, the scars, everything means something. There's over 150 ways to read a face or placements on the face and the combinations. And just because you have one feature that is questionable or not a good feature doesn't mean it's a bad face reading. You have to read the whole face. So just if I think like you have a questionable nose or untrustworthy nose, but you have other features that are show kindness to me, like fullness in the cheeks, in the nose, then it may just tell me that you are someone who goes after your goals, versus somebody who's not a nice person. But some things, even with serial killers too, like one thing I noticed with a bunch of them is they do have the snake eye, which is like Senpaku eyes, but the white shows on top except for the bottom. This is someone who's about to commit a crime or has a lot of rage. Same thing with the chin.
We need notes on that for dating.
Oh, girl.
Yeah, you do.
Trust me, I look at people's faces, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm like, you may have other people fooled, but I know I see through you.
Yep.
Serial killer talk to you.
Well, you know what? Another thing with serial killers, if you look at their chin, a lot of them, you could tell the repressed anger that they have on their chin, like it's kind of muscular, stubby kind of thing. This could be somebody who has a lot of repressed anger and holds it and is about to pop. Again, it also depends. It's someone who holds in anger, like in their head. They think, I want to hurt somebody. And sometimes this could be thoughts, like just thoughts. Like sometimes someone pisses you off and you're like, oh, what a jerk. Other times it can go to more aggressive. So somebody, for example, like if you look at John Wayne Gacy's chin, it looks, the way it looks very noticeable. Jeffrey Dahmer's chin too looks very noticeable as well. For me, that they would, somebody who was gonna hurt people. Yeah.
Now, have you written any books? I know we only have 3 minutes to wrap, but
no, I have not, but I'm really considering it. I think it'd be really cool to do that.
You need to, for sure. I'd buy it.
yeah, it's gotta be
First customer.
There we go.
All right. Well, we appreciate
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Moon Girl, so much for joining us tonight. We love you so much. And we are doing the jail. We're doing the Sixth Realm House. And the 3 of us are doing La Bahia for sure.
And then you guys have to come on my show now.
Absolutely.
Promote your show now.
We would love to.
All right.
Yay. Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. I love you. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes. Y'all have a good night. We'll see you first Tuesday of next month. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Stay mystic.